Namibia, Paul Honus, and also the very popular Mark Lawrence from South Africa, our two touch judges today.
So here we go, ready to start the game. Wallabies have got a split attack, forwards left and right. Julian Huxley to start for the Wallabies in his first test match.
Julian Huxley's mum, Kerry, the Mayor of Wallara, one of the proud Australian supporters in the crowd. And Huxley's going to switch sides here and pump it straight down to Robinson with the first touch match for Test for Wales. And Huxley immediately gets the return kick. There's a loose pass there, but well picked up and driven down the touchline. So very good response from Mitchell, and that's not the start Wales wanted.
Good first touch from Jude Mitchell, and he needs that. He's a confidence player. And John Connolly, obviously, early on instructions are to get the ball down in the Welsh territory.
He absolutely butchered that, didn't he?
Fullback Lee Byrne really making a mess of that, in Australia now with an early attacking opportunity. They're getting nice and low. Wales doing their best to bring the ball down. Giddo now to Norton Nice. Mortlock took the ball behind him. It's picked up by Wales. Chickley kicked to heads. Here comes Hook on the toe. It all came from a bad pass. Giddo's there. He lost it. The try's on for Wales. There it is. Thomas. Did he get it down? Yes. It's been awarded. Maybe it wasn't Thomas in the end. It might have been Colin Jarvis. But a handling error by the Australian backs, and the Welsh pounced. Gavin Thomas also. There's Gareth Thomas, who looked as though he's going to score.
And this is the start the Wallabies didn't want, and it's the start the Welsh needed. They made some space. Mortlock put it down. The ball went behind him. James Hook, he really had some speed on Giddo, and Giddo had him covered. He fell on the ball and just popped out the back, and that's where the try was created.
It was easy pickings there at the end. All the damage had been done. But one of the things that Giddo didn't do wrong was actually slide his body in the right position. He actually went back and didn't put his body parallel and put his body between the ball and the try line.
I'll tell you what, Gareth Thomas took a long time to get the ball down, but he finally got it down in the end. Very good start for the Welsh.
James Hook then from right in front. So an early shot for the Wallabies. Ball hitting Sterling Mortlock on his left shoulder. The Wallaby backs were very flat. It's a dream start for Wales. A converted try, 7-0.
But the drop ball all came from Sam Norton, not putting the ball out in front of Mortlock. You can see Giddo not containing the ball. Really good follow-up from James Hook, and he had patience. He didn't pass it too early. He waited for Gareth Thomas to come through, and he finally gets the ball down.
Sadoli underneath this one. It's over his head. There's a knock-on, a player taken out without the ball.
Knock on, played him ahead.
And then a man was in front of the player who knocked on, so offside play, and a chance for Australia to settle here.
That's what Australia needed straight away. Now they've just got to settle it down, get back in their rhythm. And I don't mind them actually going for points. There's a long way to go here. Start rattling up the points, get the confidence back, get back the rhythm. What Australia have got to get into quickly in this game is they've got to get into the rhythm. They've got to make sure their passes are on song. Do the simple things right in the first test of the season.
Matthew Rees, the hooker for Wales, who's going back home for the birth of his first child after this test match. And there was just a communication breakdown. You saw the Welsh player absolutely creamed. And Sterling Mortlock, only 8 metres in from the touchline, has an immediate opportunity to close the gap to just 4 points. Hit the post, Jarvis took it. It looked as though it was curling inside, but now Wales has a let-off. And back it goes to James Hook, and he pumps that one back down outside the 22. So Wales maintain that 7-0 lead.
Now the Wallabies throwing the line out. Short line out. Wycliffe Taylor in the centres.
Stay in.
Rocky Elsom got it. Adam Ashley Cooper to Palu. And he's pile-driven into the ground. It was a gang tackle by Wales. Giddo now probing. Better pass there to Huxley. And another knock-on by Australia. Chisholm that time. Just a little anxious. We mentioned there's dew on the ground. It looks as though it has been put down cold.
Yeah, Chisholm's had a bit of a look at that one. The ball was a good one, but what Australia did well then was Palu took in, and look at the anger by John Conley there, not happy. What Australia did, Palu drew a number of players, they had overlap, so it was good work. Let's see how the Aussies go on their first scrum.
Touch, pause, engage. Get in slightly closer, slightly, yeah, I know. We'll bring him up, yeah. Just slightly closer. Crouch, touch, pause, engage. Too soon.
Taken away by Phillips, this very tall scrum half. In the old imperial measurement, he's 6'4". And Hook again now. Just driving into open space away from Julian Huxley. Gerard's back here. The two Brumbies men in concert. And Julian Huxley, who had a superb season with the Brumbies, gets a good touch finder. Lee Byrne plays on quickly now to Hook. Elsom's up there. Wales in trouble. Hook gets out of it. And Lee Byrne on his left boot. Back to Gerard. 10 from halfway. Here's Mitchell. Mitchell looking for open territory. Hook's underneath. Taking it comfortably. Garrett Thomas, the experienced man. And he finds some open territory. He's following. And it finally just bottles into touch. Australia has a quick line out. Bring it back, says the referee.
Australia could have got a lot better advantage out of that last play if True Mitchell had done what he did in the last play and just drill it down the back corner instead of putting it up in the middle.
Stay in your line, 4-5, 4-5.
Stephen Moore throwing in for Australia. That's Nathan Sharp.
Get on sides! Get on sides!
Australia controlling the ball just outside their 22. Wales getting the early try. Inside the opening 10 minutes of this test match, Giddo's kick on his right boot. It's a good one. And he's taken play over the halfway line.
Well, Sam Norton-Knight relieving pressure for the Wallabies all the way to halfway. Now, the Wallabies, they really need to get their hands on the ball and try and get into this game. It's only been going 8 minutes. The Welsh have had all the ball so far. The Wallabies really need to get into their patterns of play early. Win against the throw.
Well done, Nathan Sharp. And there's another loose pass that's gone forward. Well, just early nerves from the young debutant.
Obviously, there's a little bit of dew on the ball, but he just didn't plant his feet to execute the pass. Now, once again, the Wallabies just can't get into their patterns of play. And that's why Stephen Larkham is so important to this team.
Too far, up again.
Stephen Larkham pulling out on Thursday afternoon with a hamstring strain.
Pulling back.
Australian scrum now, and there's Giddo wanting the ball. Phil Waugh. Wycliffe Palu tackled by Cobain over the top. Rucket formed. Referee says play on. Giddo now. This is where he's so dangerous. Wales holding off. 35 metres out. Nelson at scrum half. He's caught by Jones. Palu. Mortlock. Phillips underneath. Here's Giddo. Just outside the 22 here. Phil Waugh, the captain. Ball scrum advancing. That's Matt Dunning.
Roll away here.
Australia just a little bunch, but now Norton-Knight throws a dummy and gets through. And the referee has ruled some obstruction. So nothing going right for Sam Norton-Knight in the early stages of his debut.
Really good solid defence from the Welsh. You see they've got a compressed defensive pattern. And Phil Waugh getting in the way there. Obstruction. What the Welsh are doing well are moving up in defence and putting the Wallabies under pressure. The Wallabies on the back foot at the moment.
The last line-out by the Welsh was all over the place. They need to settle down.
Jonathan Thomas with the black headgear.
Get on sides!
Wales controlling it through Reece the hooker. There's Sadoli.
Same thing.
And he ran into his own man too. The referee said
he used you.
He's put his player in front of him offside.
That's a tough call. He saw his player there and tried to go around him. And those are the penalties the referees need to let the game flow.
Well, he didn't impede the tackler. As he picks the ball up, he's gone, whoop, I've done the wrong thing. Like, he still tackled him. He hasn't made any gain. Just let it play on.
Now the Wallabies inside the Welsh 22, 10 metres out.
Gavin Thomas wearing the number 7 jumper for the Welsh team, and this is a big attacking line-out for Australia.
This is where Australia just have to show patience.
Hold them till they're in.
Dunning with his hand up, putting the mark. Called by Sharp.
Nelson got a hand to it. Here's Palu. He's a handful.
Leave it now.
Slow ball coming out for Australia.
Hold it. Wait there, for.
Better pass from Norton Knight. Mortlock. Held on his way.
Gee, he's strong on his feet, Mortlock. Sharp takes it forward.
Good tackle there by Robinson. Quick ball for the Aussies. Mitchell. Adam Jones in there again, the tight head prop. But there's room on the left for Australia. Guido comes right. Knocked on by Wales.
Hop on, Red.
And that's what I mentioned before. Patience. Don't push it.
I'll tell you what, Australian coach John Connolly will be fuming in the coach's box. The Wallabies need to put their head down and go forward. Guy Shepardson, as a tight head prop, put your head down and go forward, son. It just sets a good platform for the back line to work off.
That's where Australia's ball. They've got to get good ball. They've got to try and bring it up on the opposite side. Bring it up to the left-hand side of the field.
Put it in.
Mark Gerrard standing in behind Sam Norton-Knight.
Quicker there. As they're set, you put it in immediately. Time.
Jonathan Kaplan has the best scrum success rate in the Super 14, mainly because anything goes.
Well, we saw in that scrum just a moment ago that the Australians we're getting pushed back.
Australia 7-0, trailing.
Is it call enough for you? Call loud enough? Yeah, it's just too well. Pick up squad there.
A crucial knock on by the Wallabies at the breakdown. The goalposts were ahead.
It just looked to me the Wallaby backline is a bit flat tonight. Flat in alignment. Sterling Mortlock trying to make the extra metres. Knock on from him.
Crouch.
But the further this game goes on, the Welsh are putting the Wallabies under enormous pressure.
In the scrum, the Welsh, they're letting Australia push them backwards. They're not trying to compete.
Touch.
Jonathan Thomas runs into Norton Knight. Good clean up by Jones. The prop forward's been very busy. And now James Hook hasn't got the touch. This is Huxley near halfway. Wales aside. Here's a wild pass from Huxley. Bounces twice for Gerrard. Gerrard looked to offload, but showing a lot of determination.
Good work, Mark Gerrard. Showed some patience and got across his Benny's line. Space to the left if they move it.
Here goes Palu. Picked up by Mitchell. And then he ran into Lee Byrne. Guido goes on quickly. Guido maintained the momentum.
He got caught in a bad position, Matt Guido. That's why the ball's slow.
Hold two.
Phil Waugh into halfback.
Norton Knight then. Here's a good pass to Huxley. Intercepted. This is Robinson. Mitchell chases. Robinson's got the pace. Mitchell closing, but won't get there. Second try to Wales. Another Aussie backline mistake.
What a moment for the Welsh. They'll be up 14-0 after 16 minutes of play. And that's really shocked the Wallabies. There's just too much ball movement going wide without getting more direct. Julian Huxley won't be happy. He didn't even look. And as I said before, the Wallaby backline is way too flat. They need to get a bit more depth in their play and be a lot more direct.
You were saying before John Connolly was going to be angry. He's going to be going ballistic. The Australians have just got to keep it simple. It's the first test of the season. They don't have combinations, and they're trying to throw around willy-nilly. They're not giving this opposition the respect it deserves.
Good pace from Jamie Robinson. And this will put the Welsh up 14-0.
There's a delicious irony here for Wales. Back in 2003, they conceded 3 tries, but now it's 14-0.
This is where the leadership qualities of Phil Waugh, Sterling Mortlock, Matt Guido have to stand up. The Welsh haven't allowed the Wallabies to get into their patterns of play. Huxley goes long again.
This is Chekai, and a very reliable left boot taking play just over the halfway line. And
that just shows you what's going on with the Australians at the moment. Kick long, not one chaser within cooey of the man who received the ball.
And that's the third kick-off the Wallabies have gone long on.
Let him come down. Let him come down, yeah. Keep the gap.
And look at the amount of caps on that bench.
I don't know what they've got to smile about.
Wales doing their best to spoil. Ashley Cooper to Mortlock. Some good low covering defence from the Welsh.
What's the Welsh? What's their defence? They only send 1 or 2 players to the ruck. and then there's 13 players across the field waiting for the next runner. So they're not overcommitting. Once again, 1-2 players at the ruck.
So this very flat backline approach from the Australians has presented the Welsh with 2 tries so far. 14-0 the score. Here's Giddo. Well picked up by Shepherdson.
Caught wrong side, turnover, Welsh ball.
Phillips. Thomas. Lovely pass. This is Byrne, the fullback. Is this try number 3?
He hasn't got the gas. Good work, Gerard.
Chavez is there. So is Thomas. Wales has Australia on its knees here. Here's Michael Phillips. Big work to Robinson.
Still advantage, penalty Wales.
They've got to take the kick. Stick the knife in. Good tackle before by Sharp. Blow and hard and aggressive.
And I'm pretty sure this penalty will be for Mark Gerard.
Entry and slowing it down.
But it was a turnover.
This side.
Australia got caught the wrong side. Lee Byrne, he's got a lot of pace, but Gerard picked him up. And this has really shocked the Wallabies in the penalty. Mark Gerard on his feet there. But obviously the referee, Kaplan, there's his arm out advantage. And the Welsh supporters starting to sing.
Concern for Drew Mitchell. It's an opportunity for a 17-0 lead now for James Hook and this visiting Welsh team. The 21-year-old from Ospreys, his 12th cap. He hurt Australia last November at Cardiff, and it's 17-0 in favour of Wales.
What is the coaching staff of the Wallaby team? What are they thinking? I know what the Welsh coaching staff are thinking.
Gareth Jenkins on the left. He played in Llanelli's famous victory over the All Blacks in 1973.
Again, as I mentioned before, and I'm repeating myself, the blatantly obvious, Australia have just got to start, get their hands on the ball, keep it simple, get some rhythm going.
Play on backwards, Buckold.
When they're getting 2 and 3 phases going, they're actually starting to stretch the Welsh and they can make them pay. They've got to hold on to the ball.
Well caught from behind by Chavez, but offloaded well to Giddo. Almost through.
Advantage is over.
So some good offloading now by the Australians in contact. Norton Knight. Chisholm taken low and upended. Sharp. Norton Knight. Here's Gerard.
And that was better from Norton Knight, attacking the line first and then looking to offload as he gets to the defending player and gets in behind them.
2 hands.
Against Matthew Rees, the hooker, for handling on the ground. A penalty Australia within kicking range.
They've got to go for the line though, haven't they? They've got to get a try up here. They've got to get some confidence back.
Some cheering from the crowd. They heard you, Dan. Australia needs 7 points. They're trailing by 17. Yes, when Wales was here at this ground in 2003, they conceded 3 tries in the first 20 minutes.
I wonder how patient coach John Conley is. There's no reserves warming up as yet. I wouldn't say it's panic stations, but Australia needs some points off this line out.
Here's Parlo.
6 blue. Red.
Norton Knight to Bortlock. Again, the pass was well behind the man.
Once again, it's the Welsh defence. They're just waiting for Australia. They're just setting their line, and they've got numbers. Look at the numbers they've got here to pick up Nathan Sharp. 1, 2, 3. And then they don't overcommit. They realign.
The Welsh have been ruled offside here. Chisholm. Jonathan Thomas, the tackler. Australia looking for this 5-pointer. Julian Huxley cleans out. Giddo now. Norton Knight sees the gap. Wales stiff in defence. Another offside. Referee playing advantage again. That's the goal line ahead. Mortlock. Mitchell. Still playing advantage for Australia.
Still too flat in the backs. Need to create some depth.
Mortlock beating 2. Palu needs to run ahead and straight. Norton Knight again to Elsom. It's all a bit one out from the Australians at the moment.
Geez, that defence is rushing up. If they get them past there, they've got a bucket load of men.
Dunning, Palu, yes! Good pass from Matt Dunning. And it finally comes for Cliffy Palu.
Please have a look for me, try or no try.
Referee not convinced. We'll wait for the video ref.
Talk to me. 14.
And didn't the Wallabies need that 5-pointer if it's awarded from Jonathan Kaplan? Try time. Wallabies regroup.
But what we saw was simple play.
I'll tell you what, it was very simple. They're running too much sideways and too much lateral movement for the Wallabies. They need to be a lot more direct, and someone needs to tuck the ball under their wing and go forward and create some momentum.
And that's exactly right, because they're not hitting it with speed, are they? They're grabbing it with opposition straight on them. Good work by Palu. Good strength.
And you love to see a front row forward offloading like that, Dan Crowley.
I think he dropped it.
He almost dropped it, but he controlled it. And importantly, knew there was a man outside to score the try.
Good skills by Dunning.
See, but also what you get when Matt Giddo plays number 9, you lose a first receiver. So when Sam Norton-Knight's not a first receiver, no one's sure who to go in there. When Steve Larkham's there, when Matt Giddo's playing 12, you have 2 players who can interchange between first receiver. And that's just not happening at the moment for the Wallabies. There's no structure.
So some stitches required there for Gareth Thomas. He'll be in the blood bin. And Mortlock, after hitting the post with his first shot at goal, this is an even harder one from centimetres inside the touchline. But it certainly will give Australia some respectability after being shocked early on. Mortlock having no joy. It's 17-5 to Wales.
Well, Gavin Henson coming on for Wales. He's been out a long time, Gavin Henson. Restart Phil Ward.
And he ran into a bit of trouble there. Good tackle from Chekai.
No.
Sam Norton-Knight really got a good purchase on that. And this is the glamour man, Gavin Henson. The gelled hair, the shaved legs, and the silver boots. Gerard underneath. Henson takes him.
You've done well, Gordon, to pick up his shaved legs from this far away, but
he's been shaving them since he was 17, Tim.
Tim started at 19.
Both were legal. Goal ball moving forward.
it's one on for the Wallabies. We get the feed to the scrum. I really think Sam Norton-Knight's got to start looking at turning his centres inside him to get some more direct runners rather than throwing some wide cut-out passes. It obviously looks like there's a lot of dew on the field.
But if he's going to do that, he's got to have his runners coming off him at speed and direct.
Pause. Okay. Feed the ball.
Well, Giddo holding the ball up. Australia's scrum under pressure. He refused to feed.
Here we go. Delaying the feed.
Australia to me at the moment look a little bit lethargic. They're not coming off their line defensively. They're not getting off and on their toes.
The Welsh have been very decisive with ball in hand. His hook. And they've been able to offload and change their angles of running to really upset the Australian defence. Thomas. That's Jonathan Thomas, the number 8. Michael Phillips. Robinson beats Palu. They're 18 metres out. Presenting the ball beautifully too.
It's okay, it was legal.
Phillips again. He made 4 or 5 metres. He was isolated. The referee plays advantage. Turnover.
Rocky Nelson, well done.
Here's War.
And Australia did have numbers there. War couldn't shift it in time.
Too many front rowers in the way there. Here's Henson. That's not a good kick, but he's going to go right back for the advantage to Australia.
First infringement.
Ball lost ahead.
That was a good call by Kaplan. Many refs had actually let that go, but he's done well. Look at this, Rocky Olsen. He's kept his feet, clutched onto that ball. Very touchy there. He's actually on his knees there when he's grabbed that ball, so he's good to get away with it. But at least he's on the ball. That's what he needs to do. That's his bread and butter stuff.
Touch. Pause. Go. Wind up.
Work this one out.
Go on with the hit. Go on with the hit. Refocus on boys.
Wallabies have had 80% possession. They've run the rucks and mauls 32-6 and they're down 17-5.
Touch. Pause. Go. Wind up. You have one. Don't shoot.
It's turnovers, Gordon. 2 or 3 turnovers has cost the Wallabies. Palu off the back of the scrum. Makes 10, 15.
He's doing a Willie O. There's Rocky Olsen with a basketball pass. And Norton-Knight hurriedly into touch. Just 8 from halfway.
The Australian scrum at the moment's having a tough time. They're not used to the European way. They're backing off on some scrums, the Welsh. They're pushing on others. They're being very crafty up front. It's a good tussle.
See all the Welsh players at the end of their season. A couple of test matches. then back to the beach at Swansea.
Jonathan Thomas didn't look too straight.
The Golden Sands.
Matthew Rees is the... I thought you might go down to Porth Call, Tim.
There's a good golf course down there, but no beach.
That's the second one Rees has thrown wide.
Don't shift, please. Don't shift. No, you. Don't shift. Crouch.
Scooter 7.
Too far. Up again, please.
Too far.
Too far.
Yeah, break my push.
Touch him up. Crouch.
No, sir, not ready, sir.
Touch. Pause. Engage! At the back. Fading.
So it's Australia's free kick. Here's Paolo with a head of steam. Running straight into hook, as Tim predicted before the game. Nathan Sharp to Norton Knight. They're into Wales's territory now. But the Welsh ahead by 17-5. First knock on by Wales.
What the Welsh have really studied is that Matt Giddo runs a lot from halfback. He does run across field and look for runners, looks for hole runners. But they actually need to hit a hole. He's waiting for players, and they are now too deep. Stephen Moore dropping that one. A difficult pass, though, from Giddo. But they're putting pressure on Giddo to try and find these runners.
At least Moore was running straight and he was running hard and he was running fast. That's what he needs to have. He needs to have those options.
Well, he only dropped it because it came off Jarvis. Nearly 30 minutes gone. It's Wales by 17-5.
Centre field scrum for the Wallabies. Split field. Julian Huxley standing behind.
Gareth Thomas back on the field, the Welsh captain after blood bin. Here's Huxley at first receiver. To Mortlock. Australia now 38 metres out. Mitchell chases. And Byrne is there first. It's a good play by Australia. Attacking line out. Wallabies with a chance to really apply the blowtorch here.
Well-weighted kick from Drew Mitchell. Just had enough on it. Lee Byrne had to take it over the sideline.
Quicker. The scrum is steady.
Wallabies now line out 5 metres out. This is where they're going to show their authority in the forward pack and drive this one over.
Play on, straight line.
Nicely picked up by Elson.
Red, 2.
Colin Chartis there with the shock of hair closest to us. Straight through. Nathan Sharp couldn't believe his luck. Chartis looked to be going for the intercept, and it was a big hole. And Australia hits double figures.
They're good work. The Welsh thought they were going to try and set it up again and then maul it over.
But this is what you've got to do if the ball is a bit slippery. If there's dew on the field, you've got to keep it a little bit closer so you get your continuity.
Cobain not holding his line has tried to run out of the line, left a big hole in behind. And then Sharp running off the inside shoulder was able to get over.
A couple of Welsh forwards there not holding the line and presenting Australia with a soft try. 55th test match for Nathan Sharp, 29-year-old from the Western Force and Rockingham club.
You spoke before about the Welsh coming up. At the moment, they're starting to get tired and they're holding back in their defence. It's giving Australia the momentum, the opportunity to get across the advantage line.
Mortlock finally hits his straps. And Australia trails by 5. 17 plays 12.
Well, it's good stuff. Mark Chisholm, he had the foresight to see his second row partner, Nathan Sharp. Good angle from Sharp as well. The Welsh split kick-off. Forwards and backs split. And they go long left. Phil Waugh again.
Phil Waugh doing some good work from those restarts. Here's Huxley. And Huxley wanting to make sure of the touch.
What Australia have done in the last 5 minutes is they've started to quicken up their ball. They're going to the ground and they're getting cleaner ball out, which is allowing them to get on the front foot.
Keep in the line, get them over.
6 minutes to go, 7 minutes to go. That's where Australia need to get another try on the board.
Come, Shuffy!
Australia trailed 17-0. They've awed back 12.
Roll away!
Wales haven't seen a lot of possession. And they really have to hold on here. As the referee saw, or I think the touch judge saw a hand in the ruck there, or a player off his feet anyway.
Well, Nathan Sharp and Phil Waugh, they drove back Brent Cobain.
Gaps in the line out.
Then you'll see a hand here, Nathan Sharp. It's all about discipline. especially with only 6.5 minutes left in the first half. You don't need that.
Nathan Sharp has played Australia's last 26 test matches. He played every minute of every test match last year.
Stand in line, please.
Brent Cobain at the front. This is Matthew Rees, the hooker. Good controlled driving maul here by the Welsh. Phillips goes in for hook.
No hands.
Good direct running from the Welsh.
That's Chekai. They are presenting the ball well for halfback Phillips. Thomas makes a mistake.
Thomas has a look.
That's a bad mistake from Thomas.
Drew Mitchell was in his face there.
I'll tell you who's impressed me is that Mike Phillips, number 9 for the Welsh. He's really getting to the breakdown early. And the possession, the Wallabies have had the majority amount of possession so far in the first half, but haven't been able to do a lot with it apart from the last 5 or 10 minutes.
Also, if you have a look at the Welsh when they have got the ball and they're running direct, what it is, as soon as the man's making contact, he's got someone on either side of him and options to be able to try and get it away. 2 occasions there we saw that if they had been able to get it away, there was a big hole in the Australian defence. Medico's checking on Nathan Sharp. Just give him a bit of time.
Time on.
Can't hurt that melon.
Stay close in, please. Don't shift right.
Well, the weight of possession also explains why the Welsh are looking fatigued.
Crouch, touch, pause, engage. Put it in.
22-metre line to the left. Referee saying the front rows came up in the air. We'll have it again, please.
Well, the Welsh there looking at the closest to the screen, trying to get it up on the left-hand side.
Crouch.
Wheel the Australians back into the sideline.
Don't step. Wait, don't step. Don't shift. Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage. Come on.
You see the referee, Kaplan, rides the engagement a bit like a jockey.
Parley did well at the back. He needed to pick that up before it turned 90.
Nice clearance by Giddo. This is Huxley. And that one just sliding off the side a little. Doesn't get the ground he wanted. 10 from halfway. But it's Wales ahead by 17-12 after leading 17-0.
Won't be speaking again. Don't shift out. Just stay there, please.
Good attacking platform for the Welsh. They go low.
Norton Knight got the rebounds. Flicked up to Shepherdson. Here's for War. He offloaded to Giddo. And a second knock on from Chisholm, who seems to be snatching at the ball. Holding his hands out in front like a fly half, but just snatching at it rather than letting it softly come into those hands.
And they're telling errors. First half, 7 errors by the Aussies so far. Only 3 by the Welsh. Giddo putting a ball in front. But you can see they're perfectly positioned. Oh, look at the anger, look at the pain.
And that's why the experiment of Matt Giddo at number 9 can go amiss. But you just don't have those first receivers to tell the forwards where to go, inside or outside.
Here's Phillips. It's a delicate little grubber. And Huxley's kick gains only a few metres. Wales maintain the pressure as we close on half-time.
Really important last 2 minutes for the Wallabies. They've got to hold out in defence, as the Welsh would dearly love to get another 5-pointer before half-time.
Sidowi. Hook. This is Parker. Great pass to Hook. Here it is for Wales. Mortlock, ball and all tackle on Chekai. Phillips again. Picking up Sidoli, the big lock. He wants quick ball. Here's Hook. Showing it both ways. Adam Jones, the prop. He managed to offload. They're keeping it in hand here, Wales.
Australia needs to be patient in defence. Do not give away a penalty.
And Australia's got the turnover. Huxley has kept the ball in play, so it's a big chase back. And what a touch finder in the end from Julian Huxley. That's all of 75 metres.
All came about from Phil War. The turnover from Phil War, 5 metres out.
Number 2 readers down and back play.
And the reply from Julian Huxley.
Nice look at Matthew Rees down in back play. Great roost by Huxley.
Yeah.
That got him out of a lot of pressure. And has turned it around. Can they now turn this around into points at the other end?
Phil Ward dominating at the breakdown for Australia. We have a minute before half-time, and Wales leading by 5.
Really good play, a couple of phases back from James Hook and Sonny Parker, getting in behind the advantage line. And they're playing more of a direct game than the Wallabies. The Wallabies playing too much side-to-side rugby. As I said before, they need to be really direct.
You see Australia dominating the time of the opposition, 22. But what they're not dominating is making sure every time they are there, they score points.
But a superb effort from the Welsh in this first 40 minutes. The media here in Australia has really knocked them around. They've left 18 of their so-called first-class players behind. But this team has really stood up.
Stay out there, please. Two, stay out.
They've got more Test match experience in the Wallabies, and they're showing it, especially in this first 40 minutes.
Looks as though Michael Owen's on the field. The Grand Slam skipper, a bit of experience being injected by Gareth Jenkins just before half-time.
Well, good work by Matt Dunning getting in there, finding the ball carrier and harassing him.
Phillips popping that one over his left shoulder. Gerard thought about a quick throw. And Wales very keen to preserve this advantage, which has been whittled down by the Aussies.
Elsom at the front.
It was almost a point a minute in the opening quarter from Wales. And that's a fine barrelling kick across field as the hooter goes for half-time. It's 2 tries apiece, but Wales getting 17 points in the first 20 minutes. At half-time, it's the Welsh team ahead by 17 to 12.
And 12.
Brent Cobain has been replaced by Michael Owen. And there's a good take by Australia. There's Mark Chisholm. Again, an early mistake from Australia.
Rocky Elson this time. Once again, Sam Norton-Knight probably under instructions to go wide off the kick-off. There's just the little handling errors that are letting Australia down. Just simple skills they are.
Watch the ball into the hand. That's the simple technique, isn't it?
Chalmers with that gollywog hairstyle. Gareth Thomas to Williams. They were waiting for him. Good tackle by Ashley Cooper. Sidoli goes ahead. It's 15 out from the Australian goal line. There's no one out on that short side. Wales with a good line here on the right. Thomas in as a first receiver to Gavin Thomas. Nice little ball for Phillips to Thomas. 10 metres out from the goal line. Phillips changes his option. Picks up Byrne. Gavin Thomas. Gee, they had a nice overlap there, but Australia closed in quickly.
If they move it left quickly, there's numbers. Mortlock moves up to shut it down. Owen takes it forward.
Wales controlling the ball well here. Still 18 metres out from the goal line. Phillips. It's Hook. And the referee says he's spotted a forward pass from James Hook, who certainly probed beautifully.
He's played well tonight, James Hook. He's looked at some options, looked at gaps. I'm not sure what he's pulled it up for there. I think he's pulled it up for a shepherd, running in behind, an obstruction. Couldn't be a forward pass there. James Hook can't believe it. He was half through the gap. That's a tough call on the Welsh. They're on a good, strong attacking platform there.
Stay down.
Palu to Ashley Cooper with good leg drive. Huxley almost charged down by Hook. And a nice reliever to the 10-metre line. We've had nearly 3 minutes in the second half.
That's what the Welsh have done really well tonight too, is put the Australian kicker under pressure. Moving forward off the line and not allowing Australia to get a long kick away.
Jonathan Thomas.
Onside!
Wales enjoying some good quality possession in the second half.
Yes.
Hook with lovely hands. Parker. He got through the tackle there of Norton-Knight. Phillips. Looking for some space. And Lee Byrne. It's gone too far. And Mark Gerard.
Right option there from the Welsh. Mike Phillips, the number 9 for the Welsh, he's got a good strong pass. And he's just started to move the ball a little bit wider now. The Welsh are starting to spread the Australians out.
There's something on the field.
We're going to play. We're going to play.
I think it's Gavin Thomas's boot.
His boot. Huxley with a low driving drop. And this is Phillips, the scrum half, who's really impressed us. It's a comfortable take though for Huxley. A bit of a counter on here. 8 from halfway. Norton Knights. Sharp. Ashley Cooper. Chalmers rushed up in defence. Just short of halfway. Giddo! There's a penalty for obstruction. It was well called. Giddo was going to get through the hole anyway.
Yeah, I think good call though, was obstruction. And that's what happens, Matt Giddo. He loves darting from the base of the ruck. Shepardson overran the ball.
There was a hole there because a truck ran through it a couple of seconds before he did.
But he is lively at number 9, Matt Giddo. He does spark things, but players need to run off him as James Hook decides to take an option for 3 points.
First 5 minutes of this half, one thing that's a little bit disconcerting is Australia, when they're making the tackle, they aren't being aggressive at the breakdown. They're basically conceding. They're just standing up and letting the Welsh get easy, fast ball. 1, maybe 2 men into the tackle zone, and they've got to be aggressive. They've got to slow the Welsh ball down, not just concede it.
Well, what it's doing, it's allowing Mike Phillips, and also James Hooks to get clean, quick ball.
Former Welsh coach Steve Hansen and now assistant coach Graham Henry with the All Blacks has put this young man, James Hook, in the same bracket as Dan Carter for ability. Certainly he's not at Carter's level, but potentially Hansen says yes. This is a whopper, 45 metres out. Hasn't got the distance.
This is a really good opportunity now for the Wallabies to up tempo. And just look a bit lethargic, a bit slow at the moment. Everyone's waiting for someone to make the call. Huxley goes long right. They need to pick the pace of the game up to their tempo.
Leeburn from fullback, Checo follows. They'll have to hurry here, Australia. Huxley did it well. Kept his eye on the ball all the way. Giddo now for Norton Knights. And he's looking to put that one in behind. James Hook. No touch. Huxley will follow. And only gaining a few metres, so we'll have a line out 8 from halfway. No change to the half-time score.
Have a goal, please.
Well, Julian Huxley looking for a grubber kick down the line.
Yeah, that's okay.
Probably would have been best served keeping the ball in hand, especially over the halfway mark.
Michael Owen wearing the number 18 jumper. There's only one Australian in that ball. Now there's 2.
Colin Sharp with the ball at the back.
Stay on side, number 4. Okay, just leave it, both of you.
Michael Owen to Thomas. Phil Ward there. He was well cleaned out. The G's so strong, War. He stood his ground. Wales over halfway.
Look at Australia not committing to the breakdown. They're standing up, but no one's fighting for the ball, and it's allowing the Welsh to build phases.
Hook over the head of Huxley. Good-looking kick. And that didn't go into touch. Huxley had his foot on the line. Therefore, he put the ball into touch. Huxley's claiming the ball went over the touchline, but I don't think it did.
No, I agree.
The ball's rolling.
He had his feet out and then picked it up.
Red ball out.
Look. Don't think he can do that.
It is done. It is done. Okay.
Well, in the heat of a test match, you've got to call that a rush of blood or a void mind. Knock on by Wales. Sloppy work.
Well, Julian Huxley showed no urgency to get back to the ball. He was wanting for the ball to go out.
Straight away.
Poor old Matthew Rees.
Touch.
He must have his mind on that birth of the first child. His line-out throwing's been a little bit ordinary so far.
Accidental offside.
Accidental offside, Wycliffe Tarlow. Backing into Matt Giddo.
Accidental offsides, 18-9.
This is where Australia's got to dig into the scrum. The Welsh have been a little bit more dominant.
James hooks at 10. What's he got? Gareth Thomas inside.
His hook. Thomas.
Numbers if they
Great
move it
work here for Wales. Owen, is it over that burn? Australia cover up. Just. Phillips in there like a rabbit looking for it. That's Gavin Thomas. Wales looking for a killer try here. Michael Owen, very composed, but wrapped up nicely by Nathan Sharp. Weston Thomas.
First infringement, offside, 14.
So the earlier infringement against the Wallabies for offside.
Yeah, Gerard way up inside. And again, that's that composure they're talking about. Talking to your mates. Don't give away the penalties.
Gareth Thomas. What's his decision?
Second
Taken
from
3
the
points. Knows how important it is.
93rd cap for Alfie. And look at Michael Owen. He was the Grand Slam skipper back in 2005. Really added some starch and some direction and leadership to the forward pack. Wales with their tails up at the moment. They're the team that's dominated possession in this second half.
I think John Connolly is going to get George Smith out in the field. He needs someone scavenging the ball and actually competing at the breakdown rather than standing off. And we're getting George Smith on there sooner rather than later.
Would you put Gregan into halfback, Giddo into the centre?
I think the next 5 minutes, John Connolly's got to make some tough decisions.
This is a huge kick for Wales. And it's an 8-point lead. Wales 20, Australia 12.
Just give me the captain, Phil.
Then we have George Smith coming on and the captain, Phil Moore, coming off. And also Matt Dunning, Ben Robertson coming on the field as well. And let's look for George Smith getting into the breakdown and actually competing for the ball.
No hands.
Now Sterling Mortlock will take over the captaincy.
James Hook then. Not getting a lot of territory, about 20 metres, 25 metres. But what you can see in this Welsh forward pack is the presence of Michael Owen, the vastly experienced man who's come on into the second row.
Keep in your line, over you go. Big gap.
Wallaby, 5-man line out. Wycliffe Tarlow in the centres.
Well won by Nathan Sharp. And there's Tarlow taking 3 to bring him down, including the scrum half Phillips. Huxley, wrapped up by Jones.
No hands, 7 red.
Good run, George Smith across the advantage line. Giddo looking for runners. Sharp.
Just offloading beautifully to Palu.
No hands.
Great to see Nathan Sharp offloading in the tackle. Australia looking dangerous now. That's Ashley Cooper.
Best patch of the game for the Wallabies. No halfback turnover.
Play on. Chalmers went without it. Giddo's there. Giddo regathered. Play on. He makes up for being AOL.
Leave him.
Australia just 8 metres away. Giddo again. Here's a chance. Ashley Cooper. Desperate defence from Thomas. Now Robinson. Can Australia? Yes, they can. Matt Giddo. He's been probing all night. And little Matt Giddo at scrum half gets his 15th try, and that brings up his 200th test point.
What we saw there from Australia was what we've spoken about earlier tonight. Run hard, run straight, and run often. And Giddo, isn't he great? He just runs a little bit, keeps toying with the opposition until he waits till the hole's there, and then he's through like grease lightning.
Well, Matt Giddo scores his 15th test try. And what he does well when he does run from the base, he does attract defenders. He does put the defence under pressure. And Australia really needed that 5 points. Could be 7 after Mortlock's kick. But Giddo's been probing all night. He does need some runners to come off his shoulder and hit some holes outside of him. A lot more responsibility without a Stephen Larkham.
And the injection of the fresh legs, it's 20, play 17. Conversion successful, it's 20-19. taken by Chisholm. Australians trailing by a point. Wales have been in front from the opening whistle.
Leave it 7.
Giddo goes in. Norton Knight with a double cut out to Mortlock. Space here. Huxley. Mitchell's with him. Mortlock.
Yeah, I've got it.
There was an early tackle on the Australians.
Knock on. But early tackle. On 6. Early tackle.
That's the width that the Wallabies were looking for in the first half, but couldn't get it. The balls were going to ground. There we see Michael Owen penalised for an early tackle on, I think it was Rocky Elsom.
I don't think so. We both had it.
You can sense now the Aussies are starting to pick up that tempo.
Here we go. Shoot the tiger.
Let him come down.
1, 3, 4, 3, 5, 2, 9.
Stephen Moore, his line out throwing has been spot on tonight.
Ashley Cooper.
Run away 7.
Oh, he's got some gas when he puts his mind to it. That's sharp. He's been running strongly in the second half. Giddo again. Norton Knight to Shepardson.
No hands, 2 red.
So the Welsh outside backs, umbrella defence trying to move up and close Australia down out wide.
Australia have a lot of numbers here. They get quick ball now. It's on the right.
Sharp doing some great work trucking it up.
14, 10 on his feet. You had to give the ball up to him.
Australia isolated. Mark Gerrard is the ruling.
You can see what John Connolly's spoken to the forwards
14,
at half-time.
Holding on, 10 on his feet, all right to the ball.
Wales by a point, 20-19.
Just make sure you take it from behind the mark.
Well, a good effort from the Wallabies, creating some phase play. Turnover, you can see Matt Giddo, Nathan Sharp, and also Mark Gerrard trying to be a lot more direct. And a good crowd in here tonight to watch the game, just over 40,000 people. And they're seeing a cracking match here from the Welsh.
I mentioned before about maybe they changed with Gregan, but they must have been listening because hasn't Giddo started to pick it up? Actually, Cooper started to run straight. He's getting over the line. What he's doing very well is placing the ball and getting quick phase play.
Knock back.
Another poor throw by Rees.
And taken away by Ben Robinson, the prop forward.
Push back.
Wales had that ball and then Robinson pinched it. Here's Stuart Smith. Ashley Cooper, Mortlock outside. Huxley with him. Good work by Robinson and Hook.
Okay.
Julian Huxley got caught going across field. Someone needed to straighten the ball up.
Just over, please. 4 and 5. 4 over, please. Last 2. Leave it
George
to
Smith
5.
hasn't lost his hair despite, or his strength despite losing his hair. He's Super 14 Player of the Year in 2007. Taken ahead by Owen with good strength. Wales by 20-19. Almost 3/4 of the way through the match, or we're just past that point very shortly.
Room to counter-attack now, Drew Mitchell.
And there's an overlap with Mortlock here. Mitchell tried to shimmy through the gap. They're in Australian territory. Smith at scrum half to Shepardson.
No hands.
Wales up quickly. Giddo. Here's an overlap. Chisholm. Australia cough it up. Wales back in possession.
And also get the tackle down.
And Chisholm in distress here.
Really good vision from Matt Giddo.
Captain. Just go away from it.
Looped around sharp.
Who's the captain? Captain.
He's coming from the side, Jonathan.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
Chisholm,
Get the tackles down.
very direct.
Get the tackles down and playing from the... Yeah. Just be careful, okay?
Make contact with his head.
Mate, I've got it. Yes.
A penalty for Australia. Mortlock to take a shot for goal. It's 2019 Wales. The world record holder, George Gregan, warming up on the touchline. Alec Evans and John Connolly in the coaching bench. But Mortlock now with a chance to put Australia in front for the very first time in this Test match.
This will be interesting to see. Matt Giddo will surely stay on the field. Most likely move to 10.
Australia hits the lead in the 61st minute. Finally, 22 plays 20.
Big rule moments ago. George Gregan warming up on the sideline. Do you think that Giddo will go to 10 or go to 12?
Well, I think it was just important at some stage throughout the game to get George Gregan on if the game was close. You need that leadership qualities.
Michael Owen then for Wales. After Adam Jones, the prop forward reacted well. Hook. Sidoli. The big prop looking to offload now. He needs support. Wales haven't had too much possession over the last 15 minutes. It's been all Australia after Wales really dominated the opening 10. Michael Phillips then at scrum half. Gareth Thomas. This is Gavin Thomas.
Certainly James Hook, the first receiver. There's a lot of orders coming from him. The forwards in the Welsh forwards seem to know where to go. Good defence from the Wallabies.
Chisholm and also Moore. Sonny Parker's kick wasn't a great one. Still there for Phillips. 8th phase here for Wales. Straight across field, Sidoli with a big palm off on Elsom, but Rocky stayed with him. 22-metre line. Hook. That's Michael Owen again.
And run away too!
What Hook's getting, he's getting a lot more direct runners outside of him and straight runners.
Matthew Rees. Big hands from Parker to Gavin Thomas. That's Chekai. Well, they're working their way up towards that goal line. 20 metres out. Thomas now. Across here for Sidoli on the wing, would you believe? Mitchell. Oh, he nearly pulled it down. Referee said there was no knock on. Here's Giddo. And then Shepardson seemed to lose it. Backwards and it came off his boot, so okay.
Leave it cold! Leave it cold!
That was a funny kick.
Isolated, 3 of them on their feet around you.
A gift penalty here for Wales. If they take the shot and are successful, they're back in the lead.
How many times does a referee...
3 of them on their feet around you.
How many times does the referee have to say leave it gold?
There's a turnover once again. There it is. The Welsh players, Colin Sharvis on his feet. Shepardson penalised, and the Welsh get a chance to get back in the lead.
I've got it. Thanks. I don't know. You go for goal? It's all right, go back and rest.
Big thing there is that wasn't Shepardson's fault. The fact is the people coming over the top and supporting him, that's their fault.
James Hook. Sometimes these kicks are the hardest of all. Straight out in front of the goalposts, just outside the 22.
There's an injury on 2.
He's kicked with a lot of confidence. Win not a factor. Is to put his side back in the lead. Oh, he's missed it. A shocker. A very nervous strike, and Drew Mitchell scurries it into touch. Adam Jones telling his side to beef up. The Welsh fans can't believe it. That was the lead in the Test match.
Well, James, look, how costly is that miss going to be? Right in front. On comes George Gregan. Looks like Matt Giddo is staying on the field.
Ashley Cooper.
Giddo to inside centre. So they're giving Sam Norton-Knight a decent hit out tonight after his shaky start.
Slow start by Ashley Cooper, but I think in the latest part of the game he started to play well.
From Berkeley Vale High School on the central coast of New South Wales, he really shows his versatility. Adam Ashley Cooper. Here's Jarvis. And accidentally bumping into his own man. We've seen some very technical rulings from the referee tonight.
Pull back to your side. Yeah.
George Gregan, 128 international, 34 years of age, from the Brumbies at Randwick.
Crouch. Don't shift, please. Don't shift. Crouch. Touch. Pause.
14 minutes remaining in the game.
At the back, shifting early.
Pardo, off he goes. There's George Smith, and he's dispossessed.
And that doesn't happen too often to George Smith.
Another replacement, Gavin Henson, coming on here for Wales.
13 red. Gold 5.
Good work from James Hook and Gavin Thomas.
We see Dan Vickerman coming on, Mark Chisholm. So John Conley starting to use his bench.
Scrum red.
And Robinson replaced by Henson in the Welsh lineup.
Square far side. Yep, no worries.
Dan Vickerman's had a couple of games in Sydney University's first grade.
No, they did nothing wrong. They did nothing wrong. Go on with the hit. Go through with it. Take it. Go through with a hit.
Just feels like there's nothing there.
Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage.
So Vickerman will certainly add some grunt into that second row. And Phillips with a clever kick. He's given possession back to Australia, but he's given his side some breathing space just outside the 22.
I think they want to put Australia under pressure in the line out. Stephen Moore,
Red
number
over,
2
please,
for
now.
Australia.
Red. Red over.
Well, it's strengthen the options with Vickerman.
Wales not giving Australia the metre line out, so the free kick to the men in goal. Elsom. 12 from halfway. George Gregan. He's from his teammate, Huxley. Lee Byrne underneath. Garrett Thomas, the captain, says pump it back downfield. And they want to bounce here. This is Drew Mitchell. Soccer skills from the scrum half. Michael Owen. And he's run into a yellow brick wall.
He's done well, Michael Owen, to get that back. He was isolated.
Hook. Again, just working those touch lines, but Huxley's there. It's a 22-20 scoreboard for Australia. We're down now with inside the last 12 minutes of the game.
You can tell the Welsh tactic. Just keep it down in their 22, in the Australian 22.
Half a step. Thanks.
Ben Robinson's done well since he's come on.
Good attacking opportunity now for the Welsh. Hook goes wide.
Henson. Oh, lovely pass from Henson, wasn't it? Lee Byrne. Beautiful silky hands. Mortlock calls for the penalty. Well refereed, Sterling Mortlock.
Man on his feet.
And good
Man on his
work.
feet, yep, he was holding it.
Good work, Norton Knight. Straight in over the top.
And a very correct penalty as well.
Maybe a correct penalty, but it really amazes me that the attacking team seems to always get penalised in rugby, and it's something that the referees have got to look at.
Mate, just focus on the game, that's all.
Good work from Norton Knight. Now puts the Wallabies in a good attacking position, about 35 metres out.
Australia's chance then to land a fatal blow in this first test of the Bundaberg Rum Series.
Nathan Sharp at the front again. He's been good in their second 40 minutes.
Play on, knock backwards. Knock backwards.
Australia's rolling more hit a day.
Wait it.
Morton Knights. Mortlock. Kiddo's leaving behind, but Mortlock like a runaway truck. 25 out. Kiddo. Straight to Henson. A big palm up on Gregan, who stays with him, just as he did to Jonah Lomu here in 2000. Sam Norton-Knight.
Leave him.
That's a well-weighted kick, but Henson in good position. Mark Gerard. He's also got a nice... Oh, no! He dropped it. He dropped it cold. It just slipped out of his hand. And is that right turning point in the test match?
Well, Gavin Henson, he knew what to do. He did. Needed to get the ball down. And Mark Gerard coming off his left knee. Handling errors. Really hammering the Wallabies. 10-6.
Come on, let's go. Scrum red.
Well, the Welsh just want to get it down here. They just want to get a penalty.
Good opportunity for the Welsh left-hand side. Backs the line wide out.
Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage. Put it in.
Gareth Cooper on at scrum half.
Good scrum by the Aussies. Good pressure.
Wales working their back row move expertly. There's Yeston Thomas, the prop forward. Cooper now. The British line. Drop goals onto Hook. Can Wales hit the lead? Yes, they can. James Hook with a three-pointer. Beautifully executed, just as Johnny Wilkinson did here in the World Cup final.
Timeout.
That was also on his right boot.
It was well played for to the Welsh. 3 rucks and then straight back to Hook. Right in front of the post. Didn't miss that one. Good work from Sharpers early on.
Play with the boot off here, Jono, halfway. I can see all this. The time is out. Time is out. What time? No time. Full time.
Some changes. Yeston Thomas off, but Stephen Hoyles on, Adam Fryer on.
Australia cleaning the bench. They need to pick up the tempo. They need to get down into 22 of the opposition.
That's right. Off you go.
Well, Adam Jones, the prop for Wales here, is doing up his shoelace on Australia's side of halfway. That's pretty handy.
Play on.
Well taken there by Hoyles.
Much better restart from Julian Huxley.
Hold that. 9.
Gave the Wallabies a chance to win the ball.
Wales ahead by 23-22. There's Nathan Sharp trucking it up.
No hands. No
35
hands.
out. Control and composure needed from the Wallabies. Dan Vickerman. Good offload to Fryer and Robinson. Wallaby forwards in concert. Drew Mitchell to the 22. Norton Knight to Giddo. Norton Knight again. Australia now inside the 22.
The Wallabies now a lot more urgent. Gregan's goes left to Rocky Olsen, who straightens it up.
Australia working into a drop goal position. But you get the feeling they're looking for a try.
They just need to be patient.
Gerard looking to redeem himself. Mark Gerard, he's beaten 3. Colin Chavez did well.
Now there's space on the right-hand side. There's holes, and Giddo will try and find them with Sharp moving forward.
Nathan Sharp. 3 men to bring him down. They want quick ball.
Hasn't he done a power of work, Nathan Sharp?
Norton Knight to Giddo. Huxley. Wales defending grimly at the moment. That's it.
18. Ball is out.
Ball was out. It's free game. Wales might have pinched it.
Scrum. Gold moving forward.
A near thing.
George Gregan did well there at the back of the ruck.
Red off and you got blood.
He had to go in.
Good composure by Australia.
Blood 7.
Good direct running.
Scrum gold moving forward.
Richard Hibbard coming on.
Moving forward.
Reserve hooker.
Yes, coming on for his test debut, his very first test match. Richard Hibbard from the Ospreys. In fact, it's his 3rd cap, but his first out here in Australia. Stephen Hoyles, number 19. Such a versatile performer for the ACT Brumbies.
This is where the Wallabies again need composure. Centre field scrum. Sam Norton-Knight standing left-hand side. Giddo standing right. The composure of George Gregan. Nathan Sharp.
We're going to have to play on, so let's make it simple.
There's a lot of experienced heads out there for Wales at the moment. Backhand forward. Gareth Cooper, the scrum half's the British line.
Come on, Kev. On the head.
Square in there. Don't shift. Don't shift. Wait for me, don't shift. Crouch.
Not down.
Touch. Pause. Engage.
Good scrum feed by Gregan. This is Australia's chance for Huxley. Hammett tried to offload and did. Gregan now. Mitchell. Oh, they bumped into each other.
No hands. What is
Wales asked to defend with all their reserves.
And Sterling Morlock is in Gaga land in the background. He is hurt in that collision.
Facing the wrong way, 20.
He's got blood.
George Smith tackled and fell awkwardly. Turnover.
20 facing the wrong way, holding on.
Relieving penalty.
That's your mark, let's play.
Just under 6 minutes to go. Drama here at Telstra. Wales 23, Australia 22.
Brilliant defence from the Welsh. They really scrambled in their defensive pattern.
Mortlock's up and okay. You hear the Australian forward saying, we've got to get the ball.
Free kick if they shift, okay? Stay in the line.
Vickerman's the man to pinch it.
The replacement hooker came in 6'5", numbers. Replacement hooker.
Too many numbers in the lineouts
6'5", numbers.
against Australia.
Is that what the Welsh needed?
Let's go.
They're going to try and hold on to this ball for as long as possible.
Run away!
Half back for the Welsh. Gareth Cooper, very experienced player.
James Hook, they're playing for territory. This is Gerard. Huxley just looming in support.
Run away, Red!
Less than 4.5 to go. Australia's in trouble here. This is the test of character.
No hands! Push back! push back.
For both sides.
No! Hits, come on inside! Hits!
Look how slow the ball is for the Wallabies. They've got numbers left-hand side. They need to straighten it up.
Shepherdson.
No hands, you're fine.
And a knock-on going without the ball. Australia playing into Wales's hands. Thomas. That's not a good kick. No advantage.
No advantage.
Well, Nathan Sharpie's had such a good game, especially in the last 40 minutes. Fatigue's it in. John Conley. Is this first test match gone? 3.5 minutes
You're
left.
ready to play on. You're ready to play on. Off you go. Off you go.
Wallaby team hasn't played together for 6 months.
Yeah, I'm trying my best.
Unforced error from the Wallabies.
Wait for me. Crouch. No, too far. Just take a step up. Yes, but it's too far. Thank you. That's okay. Crouch. Touch. Pause. At the back. Too early.
Australia coming in too early. It's a free kick. Michael Owen in to Gavin Thomas. He's been very busy tonight. There's Richard Hibbard. Wales just looking to control the ball at the moment and run this clock down. Henson. Oh, what a big palm off on Fryer. Another one on Giddo. And then he lost it. They've thrown his silver boot away as well. Where's Cinderella?
21.
The Welsh, they just didn't need to turn the ball over there. It allows the Wallabies to get back into possession. Australia nearly 60% of the possession so far in the game.
Pull it again. Crouch. Touch.
Giddo moves into 10. What's he got in his pocket tricks?
Kicked ahead by Cooper. He's Giddo now. And Mortlock. Norton Knights outside. 2-on-2. Huxley. This is Mitchell.
Hey, on straight down.
Just over a minute and a half to go. Australia looking for a last-ditch score. Anything will do. And a huge tackle. Hook goes ahead. Was there an advantage?
17 knock.
What a hit, Colin Sharvis.
Yeah, good defence by Wales.
Time. Get the time.
Bang, Ben Robinson. Thank you very much, Colin Sharvis from the blind side. And the Welsh fans are going absolutely berserk here.
Well, you can't be happy with that pass.
Off you go.
That wasn't a hospital pass, it was a casualty ward pass.
He's done very well tonight, Colin Sharvis, playing his 85th test match. He really needed his leadership. And the Welsh have skipped away in that first 10 minutes of the game.
Welsh have to keep the ball in hand now. Win clean scrum ball and just wind the truck down.
What was that about, a third 15 from Wales taking on the Wallabies?
Well, them on as well.
Wind up.
So Cooper. He's given Australia some breathing space. Huxley gets the touch. No, he doesn't get the touch. It's inside the quarter. It was a good kick by Huxley. And there's a kick off the side. So Australia inside the last minute. They have to do something here from this line out. And Huxley's given them a chance.
Well, Gareth Cooper, I can't understand why he didn't put the ball out. And George Gregan just pulled his whole fourth tack in.
We spoke at the start of the game about patience.
Come down.
That's where you need it now.
25 seconds to go.
McGiddo standing at 10. Drew Mitchell standing behind him. The Wallabies go direct, or do they go wide?
It wasn't a very straight throw, I can tell you. They got away with it. Very nervous throw from Adam Fryer. Seconds remaining, Norton Knights.
Run away!
The hooter to go in a matter of seconds. George Gregan.
Will the Welsh give away a penalty?
Sharp.
Gregan's got to get the ball to the centre of the field. If they get a penalty, they need the ball in the centre of the field.
Were they onside? There's space here for Australia. Elson. Rocky Elson. The hooter's gone. Australia trailing by a point.
Gregan needs to go right, and he does. They need to stay in the centre of the field.
Oh, almost. Here it is. The winning try coming up. Stephen Hales. Heartbreak for Wales. The great escape.
Well, they left it late in the 81st minute of the game. Stephen Hales crosses out wide. But they just had the Welsh by numbers. And they were patient. George Gregan spreading it wide. Sam Norton-Knight moving it. And that's where the space was.
They did at the end of the game what they weren't doing at the start, getting the ball in front of the man, taking it, going wide, going at speed. And they were patient. Look at the joy on that bench.
And isn't Phil Walker captain, isn't he pleased?
Well, that's something the Aussies haven't done for a while. That's clutching it. Look at the Welsh. They're gutted. Well done, Hoyles.
Well, the Wallabies really picked up the pace of the game in the last 20 minutes. Nathan Sharp running forward, running straight. So did Mark Gerrard. And then George Gregan came on with his experience and his leadership and ignited the Wallabies in the last 25 minutes.
Well into injury time. Australia produces the winning blow. Replacement Stephen Hoyles. And now Mortlock adds the extras from near the touchline. Australia scrapes home, but the Welsh absolutely devastated. They led everywhere, but the final whistle from the referee. Australia 29-23. A fantastic effort by this undersung Welsh team, and it certainly was one that got away.
Well, this is one that's going to really set up an epic battle for next week.
Australia 4 tries to 2, 29 plays 23.